Hello, welcome back to our second read aloud here during our online learning. I know, again, things are different, things are weird, and I appreciate you guys staying with us and even clicking on my link and watching this. And you guys have also probably been weird and seen even my old videos. It's okay, it's all right. But we care about these because this is where we're focused right now. I'm keeping with my mask because I'm going to be Mr. Stitch guy. I'll probably have it off. It's more fun that way, right? Okay, but thank you guys for tuning in. It is called The Best Story. Again, The Best Story. Sorry, it's upside down. Looks like that way for me. I want you guys to make a prediction about what this story is going to be about. Again, a prediction. If you didn't write it down, say it to somebody next to you. Make a prediction about what it is, and go. All done? All right, here we go. The Red Brick Library was having a contest. Write the best story, win first prize. First prize was a rise on the Super Duper Looper roller coaster with my favorite author, Ann Miles, who wrote the Runaway Roller Coaster. Wow, first prizes don't get any better than that. I ran home. I went to my room. I shut the door. I sharpened 5 pencils. I opened my notebook to a brand new page and thought. All I could think was writing stuff was hard and lonely. Maybe I needed some help. I told my brother Tim about the contest. The best stories, said my brother Tim, have lots of action. What do you guys think? So I wrote a lot of action in my story. I wrote how a bus hurtled down the highway with no wheel. I added a tornado. I put a pirate in there. I put a great white shark. The story, it just didn't seem right. So I asked my dad, and he said the best stories have humor. So I changed the great white shark into a monkey. Then I put the monkey on the wheel of the bus. Then I turned the tornado into a turnip. Then I dressed the pirate in a polka dotted pajama. Dad laughed so hard he popped a shirt button. Even so, the story still didn't feel quite right. I'm making up new words. Queel. Along came Aunt Jane. What are you doing? She asked. I'm writing a story, the best story for a contest. Oh, well then, said Aunt Jane. Here's all you need to know. The best stories are ones that make people cry. I have no idea how I'm showing these. I'm just assuming that it comes out okay. All right. So I gave the bus a flat tire. I sent the monkey to the funeral of his pet goldfish. I turned the turnips into onions, and I made the pirate chop every one. There were lots of tears, but the story still wasn't right. Well, that makes me kind of sad. My teenage cousin Anna said, I have news for you. If it's not romantic, it's a loser. So the pirate introduced the monkey as his sister Grace, and they fell in love. I turned the onions into wedding invitations, and everybody lived happily ever after. Finally, my story was ready, so I read it to my entire family. Not enough action, said my brother. Maybe the monkey can fall in love with the wedding cake, said Dad. That would be funny. It's hard to cry at a wedding when the groom is a monkey, said Aunt Jane. Anika said it would be perfect if I just added a kiss. And all this time my mother hadn't said one word, so I asked her, well, what did you think of the story? She gave me a hug. I think the best story is one that comes from your heart, your own heart. Good answer. That night after supper, I looked into my own heart and I rewrote my story. No more monkey, no more pirate, no more wedding invitations, no more happily ever afters. My new story is about my family and my two best friends, Tara and Josh. It's about my cat Ollie, who sleeps on his back, the snowy days, the toast with strawberry jam, the fireworks, the rainbows, and all the bike rides. My biggest problem was keeping the story short. Once I started pulling things out of my heart, it was hard to stop. When my story was finished, I turned it to the judges. Maybe I'll win that roller coaster ride with Aunt Miles, but maybe I won't. Either way, I'll be happy. I'll be a winner because the story I wrote is my own, not somebody else's. And that makes it the best. The end. I really like this story. I haven't read it in years or in a while, and it just kind of, I knew I wanted to read it for you guys these early days of school. First question, always my first question is, what is the story about? I mean, you can tell me the theme if you like, which is a lesson you learned, or the main idea, okay? What's the actual main idea of this lesson? You can choose either one, okay? So again, what's the main idea of the whole story, or what's the lesson you can learn from it? Both are great. I'm going to add a little tidbit. I mean, again, if you can tell somebody next to you, if you'd write it down, send it to me in a Google Classroom, you can respond to this. That is fantastic. They're not required, okay? It'd just be like we're in class. I'm not going to give you grades on you guys answering the questions. I just want to make sure you guys are participating and doing the best you can, if that makes sense. I mean, I just love it. I want to add a little bit thing. I just want you to tell me, hey, what are the characters and what are the settings in the story? Okay, there's a lot of characters here, okay? So if they had at least more than one page role, then they're a main character. So like her very best friends at the end who are mentioned are important, but not main characters, all right? So where does this take place, setting, and who is in it? All right, starting you guys off simple, good fun, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Awesome.